Hello, madam, and a very good morning to you, madam. I myself, Mathan Ms. Today, I would like to present on about my research proposal, which the title is Occupational Work Stress Among the Teachers of the Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pila, and my metric number is Bosch 1809-9709. Here we go. This is the content of my research proposal, which include the chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. Next, I'm going to start with my introduction of my background of my study. Occupational or work stress are related to the stress is any power that push a person a mentally and physically factor and delivery a strain inside the people, which means a stress can influence a people life and make the pressure on their lifestyle. Teacher stress are categorized as a teachers in a terrible situation or negative having a negative feeling. For example, they will have a dissatisfaction on their job and tension while they're teaching. Gloom and anxiety are will coming because of some part of their work as a teachers will make this stress inside to their life. Next, it's about my problem statement. Few examinations have been proposed in Malaysia to discover the causes, and it showed that stress have been developing among the educators, which is teachers, and apparently there is a need to start an investigation of this conduct so as to produce a variable information on the region of study. As such, the main of this study is to analyze the level of stress and to identify the method to manage the contributing factor causing the occupational stress among the school teachers. Such a quantitative information will be estimated to class directors or association as the preventive estimation step will be taken. My research question I have divided by three types of research questions. First of all is my what is the occupational work stress among teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pila? And second is what are the factors that causing a occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pila? Lastly, what is the socio-demographic factor difference in relation to level of occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pila? Socio-demographic factor is based on age, gender, number of years working as a teacher, and highest level of education of the teachers. Next, it's about my research objective. I separately do my research objective to two types, which is generally and specifically. Generally is about some technical error. Generally, it's about to identify the occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilam. And specifically, it's about to identify the causes of occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilam. And also to find the occupational stress factor at the workplace among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilam. And also to identify the socio-demographic factor to difference in relation to level of occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilam. As I mentioned to you, socio-demographic factors are based on age, gender, number of years working as a teacher, and highest level of education. Next, research hypothesis. First of all, null hypothesis 1 is there is no occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilam. And alternative hypothesis 1, there is a occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilam. Null hypothesis 2, there is no factor that is causing occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilam. Alternative hypothesis 2, there is a factor that causes occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilam. Lastly, null hypothesis 3. There are no significant between the socio-demographic factor in that particular school. An alternative hypothesis 3, there are the significant between the socio-demographic factor difference in relation to level of occupational stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah. Next, significance of my study. The finding of the survey will respond to the advantage of the relationship of teacher thinking about the stress, assume significant jump in their day by day life from educated opportunity today. The more prominent degree of stress are influence the teachers who are in their presentation and can make their presentation will be decreased to a pace of burnout. All those along this I mean sorry along these lines, the schools should apply the proposed way to separate from the study, as the teachers will have the option to have a free pressure day by day life. Administrators or management should have a consider about the guidance on the factor which pressured by the teachers in the school to improve their presentation. Scope of my study. The main focus is to break down the related circumstances causing the stress and to furthermore to recognize the approaches to defect the stress among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah. This study is aimed between gender basic of male and female teachers. This study will additionally itemized by the gathering informations from Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah male and teachers through a survey form with a few questions relating the work stress. All through these studies, it's a valuable to design the management of occupational situation causing the stress for future study by analyzing the level and ways to overcome the stress. Limitation of the study. The participant of the study will gain a great knowledge about the occupational stress and relating their profession which may affect the result. Conceptual framework. Independent variables are based on these three factors, which is demographic factor, organization factor, environmental factor. Demographic factor, as I mentioned to you, it's about age, gender, number of years of working as a teacher, and the highest level of education. Organization factor, it's based on the time frame of work of the teacher and the excuse responsibility in VOC. Environmental factor, it's based on the noise when having a noise while teaching the classes or compact classroom, and lastly the discipline problem between the students, and it can make to dependent variable which is stress. Occupational stress. What is the occupational stress actually? Occupational stress it influence a worker well-being. Stress likewise influence the reputation of an organization. Reduction level of a creation and the association turnover will negative mark for the organization. As a simple work, make a good person to a bad person. Make a good organization, well-being organization can be a negative mark based on the people. Stress module. Stress module. Types of modules of occupational stress which I mentioned it. First of all, demand control model, effort reward imbalance model, fit model, job model, and stress model. These are the types of model which can use for occupational stress, and I mention it in my proposal. Teacher stress. The term which refer to stress experienced by the teacher of undesirable emotions such as anger, tension, frustration, anxiety, depression, and nervous and effect from their aspect of a work as a teacher. This is the teacher stress. Risk factor and the causes. Based on these three factors only: demographic factor, organization factor, environmental factor. As I mentioned earlier already, demographic factor is based on age, how old they are, their gender, number of years of work as a teacher, their highest level of education. Organization factor is based on time frame of work, excuse responsibility in the bureaucracy, non-realistic deadlines, personal issue which induce the stress are domestic problem at home, losing the loved one, financial problem, and marital status. Environmental factor is having noise while teaching, compact classroom, disciplinary problem among the students. Management of stress, it's about maintaining the right attitude, taking a good care of yourself, creating the right surrounding environment, keeping healthy habit, exercise and good nutrition intake. And one more is having a good meditation. This kind of thing can manage the stress and can help to overcome from the stress. Methodology. My methodology are based on this school, which is Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah. My study location or study design or study duration, study population, sampling frame, sampling unit, sampling size, and sampling method are totally based on this school, Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah. Okay, my study location will be conducted among this primary school of teachers, Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah, and my study design was a cross-sectional survey. This design is chosen for this study as it's suitable to find out the prevalence of result, and this design also helped to identify the relationship between the dependent and independent variables. Study duration. This preparation for this study was begun on May 2020, and the study preparation continued till month of July 2020, and most probably this study will be completed by the month of January 2021. Okay, study population is consists of teachers who are working in this primary school, Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah, and sampling frame. Sampling frames are consists of sampling frame are consists of the name list of the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah. The list was taken from the administration of the school. Sampling unit is the sample unit consists of 43 teachers who are working in the who are working in this school of in this school Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah, and the sampling method which I use is based on the sampling method which I be using is a convenient sampling method. Total population of 43 teachers in this school will be taken, and the participant are selected, which is all the teachers, which is based on male and female teachers, both of the genders. My data collection. The data collected will be using the questionnaire. The questionnaire will be prepared in the English language. The test will be tested among the teachers of Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah, and no pre-test will be done for this study. The result obtained after the survey and will be analyzed with the statistical package for the social science, which is SPS. Study instrument. The instrument used for this present study is questionnaire. A questionnaire is a data collection instrument, consists of a series of questions and other application of the purpose of gathering information from the respondents. Rating scales will be given to analyze the level of stress from 5 to 1. Example like strongly agree to strongly disagree. My data collection procedure is from start. The school or administrators or headmaster will be approached to explain the study and request the permission to participate in the survey. After he agree it, the questionnaire will be given to the teacher requesting the participant in the study, and the questionnaire will be collected and the data will be collected again, and data will be analyzed with using the SPS, and that is the data collection procedure which I mentioned it. The ethical issue and concern. Approval from the lecturer of Cyberjaya University College of Medical Science will be obtained before the start of study, and permission also will be obtained from the respective headmaster and administrators in charge of the school, which is the Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Pilah. My data analyze. SPSS version 225.0.0.0 will be used for analyze data. For the present study, Bureauweight analyzed t-test will be used at there are two variables discussed previously. This test may show the relationship between the two variables and whether they are significant among two variables. And this is the reference which I reference from the all over the journals. And this is my sampling method which I based on Krejcik and Morgan. That's all from me, madam, and thank you so much. I hope my research proposal will be understand for you, and thank you so much, madam. Thank you.